14th, 2020. Time to take a break with Drake. We are here at the Plaza Theater in Waitsburg, Washington. Guess what? There's snow! Look at those streets. Just a little dusting of snow. Just enough to make it look pretty, and you can see that there's the Christmas tree in front of the plaza. They put a Christmas tree in a parking space. Well, they actually stick it in a manhole cover, and it is in front of the theater.
Right in front of our front door.
Right in front of our front door, taking up a parking space. And then there's tiny little Christmas trees that you can see that are lining the streets. It's really charming. Oh, somebody's going to the store. Pulling in for some groceries. Whoa! Guess where we are? We're in the spare room.
Spare room.
As they would say in Narnia. So we're here with Drake. And I'm going to double check to make sure that our audio is working great. Just because, yeah, it is.
Yay. Beautiful.
So
we're the red and the gray here this morning.
Yeah, so we didn't color coordinate today. Isn't that?
Yeah.
That's just too bad.
Yeah, but red and gray is that's Boston. That's Boston school colors.
Is it really? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what chapter are we in Philippians?
Philippians.
Drake?
We are finishing 1 and are going to start 2.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not going to have the verses up today, but we'll see what I can find. There's hang on a second here. I'm going to pull up the chat stream. I'm trying to find it. It's like, yeah, Drake's got his Bible up here. Can you prop your Bible up maybe right there?
Serena
is that okay?
Yeah, Serena is back in full tech mode here.
Yeah, I'm trying to be in full tech mode. I feel a little bit of a
You feel off kilter, dear?
Well, I do feel a little off kilter because I'm trying to find the chat stream. Oh well, let me turn this way and maybe I'll see who's talking here.
We're gonna get started any second now.
Any second now. Okay, so I think I'm ready, Drake. Fully ready, and I will. I'll look for that thing that you were asking for earlier. So anyway, you might want to tell like a little funny story.
Are you gonna be surfing?
Yeah, I'm gonna be surfing.
A funny story. Well, we watched the Chosen Christmas special.
Yes, we watched that last night. I don't know if they still have it up on their YouTube channel or Facebook.
Well, I don't know.
But it was wonderful.
Oh, it was really wondrous. It's just, neat musical bands would come on and do one. Zach Williams, is that his name?
I think so.
Zach Williams. He said, "Go tell it on the mountain." Oh, I'm an evangelist.
Oh,
at
yeah.
Heart.
Okay, yeah.
I was so moved by that. Gee whiz, it was just wow. I loved it. Hillsong did some number. I don't know what.
I think it was "O Come, Emmanuel." Or no. There was a different one. They did a different one.
There's a Messianic Jew that sang "O Come, Emmanuel."
He's the one who sang "O Come, Emmanuel."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hillsong sang something. To me, it was a nondescript song to me that just sounded like all the worship songs today. A little bit of strumming, a little bit of yumming, and I don't know what the song was. But boy, it was good. A family of African descent. The Bonner family.
Yeah.
The Bonner family.
Definitely not the Donner family.
Yeah. And there was an extended family out there of about 11 of them. And, wow. They were so, heart and soul. It was just beautiful. And then a couple of monologues that took place out in the in the hinterland with the backdrop of the Wasatch Mountains. Oh, my word. It was,
It was amazing.
And this Jesus in The Chosen is so arresting.
Yeah.
He just, does he get to you? It's just.
Yeah, he's amazing. He really has he's so approachable.
No, it's a lure.
He makes Jesus seem very approachable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Diogo Morgado played Jesus in The Son of
Yep.
God 7, 8 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He was kind of the hunky Euro Jesus.
He,
Neat guy. We
yeah,
had dinner with him at
yeah,
one
we
event,
did.
and we have photos with him.
We do.
Great guy. I also met um, Pippin. Pippin. Pippin was at that same dinner from Lord of the Rings.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Boyd. Oh my goodness, that was
Yeah.
that was awesome to meet him. But
Mm-hmm.
anyhow, Diogo Morgado was Jesus. Jim Caviezel is just off the charts awesome
Mm-hmm.
in his ability to bring it
Yeah,
to you.
for sure.
But this, I don't know the actor's name. Did you get his name?
Jonathan Rumi.
Yeah, Jonathan Roumie.
Mm-hmm.
And
He really just the combination of
the Semitic look.
well, yeah. Plus he's he kind of has a little tongue in cheek, a little sense of humor.
Yeah,
And it's awesome.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
wow.
So here's a bulletin blooper.
Oh,
Church bulletin blooper, Drake.
honey, you're in goof mode overdrive here.
Okay. So here we go. I'll put it right next to over here. There it is. I didn't play that little song. You go ahead. You go ahead and read it.
At the evening service tonight. Oh my goodness. At the evening service tonight, the sermon topic will be "What is hell?" Come early and listen to our choir practice.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
It was probably the Sister Act choir before they had their transformation.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah,
oh my goodness. Oh, the funniest thing on oh, we're gonna get going here in a minute. The funniest thing we have found on YouTube in months is worship fails.
Yeah.
Where a worship
church worship fails.
Yeah. Oh, there's a.
Hey, you know what? Because we've both been there.
Yeah. There's
we have done worship and we've hit the way we call it in my family is you hit a clam on the piano, you're just like, whoa, okay,
yeah.
that was a mistake.
I don't recall.
Keep going.
I don't recall any worship super botches, but man, there's this one where they're doing "Give Thanks with a Grateful Heart," and it just kind of this schmaltzy little keyboard warm up, and then on comes the saxophone. They physically try to stop the guy after a couple bars. Okay, pull.
He was making a joyful noise. I'll say I will give him that 100% on making a joyful noise.
Yeah, emphasis on the noise. It was joyful. It was joyful for the tone deaf. Oh God, I'm laughing. I'm crying. I'm laughing.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny time. So
anyhow, well, yeah, we haven't had a bulletin blooper for you for a while.
Yeah, I know.
It's crazy.
It hits you new, doesn't it?
It really does.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know if I could get you to move over a little closer, but
wow.
your chair is so far over there. That's better.
Is that better?
That is better.
Okay.
Let's make sure that we didn't mess up anything.
Yeah, we had. This is the first time in 3 weeks we've done our full electro diode humdy-dum, whatever all that stuff is. But in Philippians, now, Philippians is a very loving church.
Aww.
The Thessalonians was a very good church. I guess you could mark their epithet would be virtue.
Mm-hmm.
The Corinthians were a very perky church.
Perky.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Mm-hmm. The Colossian church, the Colossae, in the book of Colossians, is a very focused church.
Mm-hmm.
Discipleship, the ultimate discipleship chapter is in Colossians. The Bereans, not a book written to the Bereans, but they were a very studious church.
Mm.
What other churches are there? I don't need to do them all.
Yeah.
It's just kind of off the
Well,
cuff here.
you can and you can put it on a plate, Drake, and you can just say what they are, like a little, you know, a chart,
Put them on a plate.
a chart plate, a pie chart or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Something you're talking something. I've got tears going down my cheeks from laughing so hard. My goodness.
Oh yeah, I'm still with that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So,
I still wish I could figure this out. This one.
now remember, wrapping up chapter 1, and we finished chapter 1 today and start 2. And chapter 2 is actually called the Philippian hymn, Hymn.
Oh, yeah.
But remember, wrapping up on Friday, Paul says some things I want you to go forward with. And the one was to keep going forward. Keep moving forward in your faith. Be joyful in your faith. It's easy for a loving person to be joyful because it just...
You literally have a tear streaming down your cheek.
Yes, yeah, I know. From laughing so hard. There we go. Okay.
Oh my.
This stuff... this is joy to me. It really is. It really is. So move forward in your faith. Be joyful in your faith. Keep to your manners. Keep to Christian manners. You know, the hey buddy, cabbie routine from Manhattan. We don't need that in here. You don't need butt kicking ushers at our church.
You don't?
No.
That would be awesome though.
Oh yeah. Taekwondo ushers.
Krav Maga or whatever. Krav Maga. I don't know how to say it.
It's something like that. That's Israeli fighting technique.
Yeah.
The ushers in Israel got to be good.
Yeah.
And they're armed. I love when I hear ushers are armed. There is a huge church.
Take down the enemy.
There's a huge church in Los Angeles. A huge church. You know this church. And over a third of the congregation is armed.
Hallelujah.
I guarantee you. Yeah, once it was like 30 years ago, he did a series on homosexuality. And the homos came and descended on him like Antifa. They were harassing the parking lot.
Really?
Yep.
I would think that they would want to be loving and
they're so
everything.
Gay and happy, aren't they?
I wanted to think that they would be.
So, and people,
nice.
They're getting their cars kicked as they're walking into their own parking lot and pull into their own parking lot. And kids are getting yelled at by these rainbow mohawk people. People thought, something? You won't be harassing my children. You won't be threatening my wife like this. And 1/3 of the church, thousands of people every Sunday, have an armed weapon, a Glock, or
They're
whatever.
just ready.
They're ready.
Yeah. Okay.
And nobody tries anything because everybody knows.
Mm.
Whereas that church in Texas, nobody's armed in here. Guy came in, started popping off, and there was a retired military guy, a head usher, dropped him.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow,
that's what I'm talking about. You want to have a...
Weird stuff. There's a great historical book called Gun in Hand, Bible in Pocket.
Oh, really?
Yeah, about how do you be a Christian in the Old West.
Oh, okay.
Oh man, it's like great stuff.
I think the Old West is what forged the need for guns.
Yeah,
for sure.
Patton kept a Bible on him and read it every day.
Mm,
and I remember he said one line. He says, "God have mercy on my enemies, because I sure won't."
Oh boy.
Yeah, there's a time to be Mr. Rogers and be all.
I think you're more
sweet
like
and
Captain
tender.
Kangaroo.
Yeah, I'm a little more like Captain Kangaroo. But anyhow, how did I get off on that?
Captain Kangaroo, man, that takes me back.
Oh, yeah, but proceed, go forward, be joyful, be Christian with your manners. There's such a draw.
Oh yeah, do that. Do the repeat of that. That was a really good one, Drake.
Yeah.
From like the last third of Philippians 1. That was so good.
Yeah. Move forward in your faith. Be joyful in your faith. Stick to your Christian manners. There's such a wonderful draw. And don't have manners because you're a little pussy willow. Have manners because there's a draw.
Civility.
To that. Mm-hmm.
Being civil.
Yep. And when someone walks into your church with a Molotov cocktail, I'm telling you, the way the culture is going, oh my, you got to be ready with that stuff. Bible in hand.
Mm-hmm. Gun in pocket.
Switch them, yeah.
Switch them.
Yeah. But also,
Oh.
but be forward and contend as one man. We have enemies of the church.
Be united.
We don't need to be each other's enemy.
You.
Yeah. Great way to waste your whole life
Yeah.
is spend it squabbling with people in church.
Mm-hmm.
Pull together and lock arms in church and take over your city
Yeah.
for Christ. It can't be done if you're squabbling. And I love this thing in the military. They teach the kids, and they're young, they're kids. They teach the kids, you guys got to be on the same page. You got to be each other's family. And if anybody fights in there, I remember one time, I was in high school, and somebody told me he went out and joined the military, and two of the guys got in a fight in the barracks. They punished the whole barracks.
Mm.
Made him stay in the push-up position.
Ooh.
For over an hour.
Because the enemy is outside, not on the inside. They're teaching them.
And came by and kicked guys in the ribs.
Ooh.
The commanders did.
Ooh.
So everybody's saying, wow, well, let's never fight each other again.
Yeah.
They teach that better in the military than they do in the church.
Mm.
We can learn something from that. Well, Paul has, armor of God. That's Ephesians 6. We did that.
Next time there's a little fight in Sunday school, we're going to make people
Go forward. Go forward joyfully. Stick to your Christian manners. Remember, the enemy is outside the church. Mm-hmm. It's not each other. And without being frightened in any way.
Yeah, no fear.
By those who oppose you. Don't fear anything. Paul didn't fear Nero. Can you imagine that? Paul didn't fear Nero.
That's amazing.
For it has been granted to you. This is the end of Philippians 1.
Mm-hmm.
For it has been granted to you on behalf of Christ, not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for him.
Whoa.
This isn't a country club.
Mm.
Anything here irritates me, I'm leaving. People when they're on vacation, they want their every whim catered to, especially at the deluxe room on a cruise ship. Ding the bell, anything I want, I got. Paul wants their attitude to be, hey, I don't care what I have to go through. I'm sticking with Jesus, and I'm sticking with this family of mine, this Christian family of mine. People who are willing to suffer are much nicer people than people who better get their way. And I've mentioned this, I think, twice this year, but I'm inviting a family to church, and the lady comes forward to the front of your families all around. And she says, okay, well, I'll visit. She had this whole thing. I'll come, I'll visit. But if there's one thing I don't like about your church, I'm leaving.
Well.
She came once. And we were glad.
Yeah, well.
Yeah. It's been granted to you not only to believe on him, but also to suffer for him. People who have suffered, they're done with sin. They're done with getting even. They're done with pettiness. They're done with themselves. They're done being a butt. Golly, I wish I had a more regal word there. But those who are willing to suffer, a mother.
A turkey lurkey.
A mother loves that baby so much because I suffered for your arrival.
Yeah.
You love the baby more. Isn't that strange?
Yeah, it is strange.
But also to suffer for him.
So you remember.
Yeah, don't read that passage and go, I'm out of here. Those that suffer are more into it than those that haven't suffered and won't suffer. Since you are going through the same struggle you saw I had, and now hear that I still have. Paul is in Rome. While he's writing this, he is in a Roman prison in Rome. I'm very tempted to veer off topic here, but I'm going to keep going.
Okay.
Philippians.
Good for you. That's awesome.
2.
Philippians 2.
2.
Okay, I'm going to change this up here now.
And this is
we're officially in 2.
This is a beautiful hymn.
There we go.
If you have any encouragement. Now, he's speaking to a very loving church.
Yeah.
I want to say also, the Galatian church was a very gracious church.
Hey, did I spell that right? Philippians with 2 P's.
1 L, 2 P's.
1 L, 2 P's.
P, 1 L,
remember that.
double
Just
P's.
remember that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He says, if you have any encouragement. So the backdrop of what's said in chapter 2 is like, you guys are loving. You guys are together. You are joyful. You're bonded. Loving people aren't given to fear.
No.
I always get a little on edge when someone tells me they love horror movies. They love to be scared. Being scared is not a trait of the loving. Just know that. They're a very loving people. And so Paul starts out with if. And, you know, like, well, all this, if you that. It's kind of contract. Well, if you meet this, then I'll do that.
Yeah, there's a bunch of ifs coming up.
Yeah, contingencies.
Yeah.
But Paul is saying this if. He's like, well, I know you do. I know you're encouraged. I know you have comfort. I know you have fellowship. You know, but he still words it this way.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any encouragement from being united with Christ, if any comfort from his love, they have all this.
Mm-hmm.
Encouragement, I mean, it's in your heart, in core.
Mm-hmm.
I love the way the French spell the word heart. It's really weird, but it's really cool.
Yeah.
If you have any encouragement, they do, from being united with Christ. They are. If any comfort from his love, remember comfort, co-fort. It joins you and it strengthens you. Fortify, co-fortify, any co-fortify from his love. They do. Mm-hmm. They have a good heart for this thing. They're strengthened by this thing. If any fellowship with the Spirit, they do.
Mm-hmm. Oh
my goodness, the fellowship in this church is just, wow. Any visitor, wow. And, you know, and something about the seeker-friendly movement.
I'm just too young to remember that.
Yeah, you're too young to remember that. But I remember we're a seeker-friendly church. You bend everything for the visitors. You don't sing Onward Christian Soldiers. Well, they might be a pacifist visiting our church. And you end up remolding the gospel to meet the visitors. And the guy who started the entire seeker-friendly movement, he has said in the last couple of years, he said, the whole thinking is wrong. How do we honor the visitors? Have an attitude, how do we honor Christ? They have encouragement, they have comfort, they have fellowship. This is their mindset. And the visitors would walk into this thing, into this setting, and they go, something's awesome in here. There's a Peruvian running a fellowship in Baghdad, and it's the nonstop attitude of every new visitor. Whoa, something is in this room. I don't feel this anywhere in this country. They're determined to be encouraged, be comforted. If any fellowship with the Spirit, and if you have any tenderness and compassion.
Seems like the Philippians would have that.
Golly, golly, visiting this church, they'd probably greet you with a Cinnabon and a warm cocoa with a cinnamon stick in it.
Ooh.
Oh, my word. Or
I have not had a cinnamon roll
what's a
for
J?
a long, long,
I
long
know, it's been
time
too long.
because I'm gluten free. And every time we go on the road, Drake stops over at Pilot
Cinnabon.
and there's Cinnabon in there now.
Yeah, I think the world eats Cinnabon.
It was a merging that was highly endorsed by Drake. He has to watch it because he could eat Cinnabon every day. You really could.
Yes. I remember 30 years ago eating 4.
Yeah.
Not now.
If you want to give Drake a Christmas present, if you want to give him a Christmas present, you just send him up some Cinnabon.
Oh boy.
I mean, like from the freezer section somewhere. I don't know. Just ship it. He will dance around this apartment like.
In your church, you have encouragement, you have comfort, you have fellowship. If any tenderness and compassion. Now, comfort is to join someone and strengthen them.
Yeah.
That puts it in their heart. Encourage. If you have any tenderness and compassion, tenderness is, I'm thinking of a church usher. You don't meet people at the door. Hey, you're not looking too shabby for a loser. That's not tenderness.
No.
And ushers that act like that, hey, go have them scrub the dumpster out back.
Yeah, those backhanded compliments.
Yeah. And compassion. So comfort is to join and strengthen. Compassion is to join them and suffer with them. The passion of the Christ is the suffering of the Christ.
Mm-hmm.
If you have passion for somebody, you love them so much, you're going to stay with them even if it involves suffering.
You stay with me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And she was ill.
Oh,
She was ill for a couple of weeks, and I could think of as, my heavens, I love this woman. That's all I could think of. Like, hey, when are you going to get better? When are you going to cook me something?
That's what I was thinking. When am I going to get better?
Yeah, I wasn't impetuous about it at all. I just my love came out.
You did take good care of me.
A tenderness and compassion. Then make my joy complete by being like-minded, having the same love, being one in spirit and in purpose. And folks, if Paul was here today and he had this kind of woofy blonde hairdo and Opie shorts on, he'd go, "Folks, you're doing it."
Yeah.
Paul was happy with this thing. And make my joy complete. You do this, I will be completely joyful, knowing that you're doing this. Make my joy complete by being like-minded, having the same purpose. Reach the rest of your town. Reach the rest of your region.
Yeah.
Having the same love, being one in spirit and in purpose. And we'll hold it there. We just Philippians 2.
Yeah, we cracked open Philippians 2.
Okay, and then verse 3, it starts with, how are we going to go forward? They answer that question. And like I say every day, read the whole book of Philippians.
Mm-hmm.
If you read it, like, well, I don't have much time. I'll lose time. You'll lose? You'll lose because of reading Philippians?
Yeah.
Read it with breakfast, before break. Read it on lunch break, coffee break. Read it after work. Read it tonight when you go to bed again.
Mm-hmm.
It's a thrill. Philippians is such a joy. It is written to and by and toward and with loving people in mind. There's a verse we're going to hit on tomorrow. If people would do this, the courts of this country and the courtrooms of the world would be empty because there'd be no squabbling at all. And that was a trait of this country during the revivals. The courtrooms were empty. Nobody's like, I got him. Everything's fine.
That's amazing.
This book of Philippians solves the world's problems, and there are some problems that need solving right now. The Lord bless you. The Lord keep you. The Lord make his face shine upon you. The Lord lift up his countenance to you and give you peace this day. Happy December.
Yay. See you tomorrow.